Hey, it's Sean Whitfield and Casey Orr, and we're keeping you up to speed on iTruckTV.com. There were no points at stake, but there was a whole lot of money. The run for $1 million, the Sprint Cup All-Star Race, and it had a little bit of everything. Some drama, some intrigue, a surprise winner, but no Danica Patrick. Sean, what a crazy night.
It was a crazy night, and it's one of those nights where trophies weren't important. The $1 million payday was what was most important to these drivers, and we saw an outstanding race and saw none other than first-time winner Jamie McMurray driving the number 1 Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet in victory lane.
And you know what? Congrats to Jamie McMurray. Granted, I mean, the $1 million is nice, Sean. The bragging rights is nice, but this is a team that hasn't had a lot of success this year. And for that final 10 laps, it was he and Carl Edwards, and he just flat out out-raced Carl Edwards for that $1 million. So I think this was probably maybe something the team can build on, and I think it was a great thing for the one team and a very likable guy in Jamie McMurray.
Well, you know, another driver that was certainly a contender and ended up finishing second spot was Kevin Harvick, and Kevin Harvick had a couple of bad pit stops, and that's probably the main thing that kept him ending up in victory lane. But certainly Jamie McMurray was one of the class of the field. He led 31 laps of the race, which was a race high, and he started 8th Saturday night in the All-Star race.
But all anyone wants to talk about is Danica Patrick and the fact she didn't get in to the All-Star race. It's a fan vote, Sean.
And normally she does.
And all of a sudden, it comes time to read who's going to make it in, and it's a guy named Josh Wise, a career starting part guy that we see every once in a while out on the track.
Folks are always going, who's that?
And it turns out his sponsor, who's sponsored by the website Reddit.com and a certain thread or community on that, got together and they really pushed the limits of the can vote as many times as you want theory, and you know what? They got a bunch of determined people to vote a bunch of times, and Josh Wise now made the All-Star race. So, 2 things. Number 1, good for him because he won it fair and square. Number 2, because Danica was the fan favorite and didn't make it in, I bet NASCAR is going to change rules sometime.
Oh, I think you're right. And for a race team like Josh Wise driving for Phil Parson Racing,
that's huge.
It is huge. And a payday of around $86,000, which goes a long ways when you're a team that's struggling just to be able to enter a Sprint Cup race each and every week.
Yeah, so good for him, but things are probably going to change. I think NASCAR needs it's a popularity contest, and even though Josh won it fair and square, I think there will be some changes to the vote as many times as you want system.
Of course, Jamie McMurray was the winner, his first time ever to end up in victory lane for the annual non-points race. In second spot was Kevin Harvick, scoring his 3rd top 5 finish and 8th top 10 finish in the All-Star race. Kevin being in second. Third was Matt Kenseth. He finished 3rd, his 6th top 10 finish and 11th top 10 finish in his career. In 4th spot, Dale Earnhardt Jr., 5th, Carl Edwards, 6th, Jimmy Johnson, 7th, Clint Bowyer, 8th, Brian Vickers, 9th, Denny Hamlin, and 10th, Brad Keselowski.
And Sean, there weren't any points at stake. It was just about the money, and now Jamie McMurray's got the lion's share of that. But I think the rest of these guys got to see what this track is going to be late at night, how their cars will handle for this weekend's upcoming Coke 600. So not all is lost just because you didn't win the All-Star race.
That is true. And of course, the Coca-Cola 600 is going to be coming at you this Sunday. It starts in the daytime and ends under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series driver standings looks like this as we go into the weekend of the Coca-Cola 600. Jeff Gordon is our leader. Second is Matt Kenseth. He is 15 points ahead of behind Jeff Gordon in second spot. Third is Kyle Busch. 4th, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 5th is Carl Edwards. 6th, Joey Logano. 7th, Jimmy Johnson. 8th is Ryan Newman. 9th, Greg Biffle. And 10th, Brian Vickers.
11th spot, Brad Keselowski. 12th, Denny Hamlin. 13th, Kyle Larson. 14th, fellow rookie Austin Dillon. 15th, Kevin Harvick, who has 2 victories. And 16th spot is Casey Kane. However, in 28th position, Kurt Busch has a victory. He would actually take that 16th spot if the chase were to start today, and Kurt's got a busy weekend coming up.
Of course, we're going to keep you up to date with all things NASCAR here on Up to Speed on iTruck TV. But you can also join us on the radio at Valvoline Racing Radio, powered by EPB Fiber Optics on Rock 105. We're on each and every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can catch us on iHeartRadio as well. That does it for this week's Up to Speed on iTruckTV.com.
Right here on the NASCAR Update at iTruck TV, where Shawn and I keep you up to speed.